You think you're just bored. You think you just like stimulation. You think you're just scrolling to pass time. But if you slow down and look honestly, you're not avoiding boredom. You're avoiding what your nervous system feels when the noise stops. Because stillness isn't neutral for you anymore. Stillness is where the fear, the regret, the self-doubt, and the unresolved emotions live. So distraction became your emotional escape hatch. Not for fun, but for protection.
So it's not really the phone you're attached to, it's what it keeps you from feeling.
Exactly. Because distraction isn't entertainment anymore, it's emotional anesthesia. Your brain learned over time that silence isn't rest. Silence is exposure. That's when the mind scans for danger, for rejection, for past humiliation, for future threats. So your nervous system made a deal. If I keep you stimulated, you don't have to feel. And slowly, stimulation replaced safety.
That explains why doing nothing feels uncomfortable, almost unsafe.
Yes, because for a regulated nervous system, boredom feels calm. But for a dysregulated one, boredom feels like a threat. When the noise stops, your body doesn't relax. It braces. It prepares. It tightens. That's why people feel restless on vacations. Why they fall asleep to noise. Why they can't sit still without checking something. The danger isn't that nothing is happening. The danger is that something might finally be felt.
So when people say, just relax, they're missing what's really happening inside the body.
Completely. Because to a nervous system trained by pressure, neglect, emotional unpredictability, or chronic stress, relaxation doesn't feel safe. It feels like loss of control. This is why people feel uneasy when life slows down. Stillness feels like standing without armor. Silence feels like exposure. And distraction feels like shelter.
So scrolling, binge watching, constant stimulation, it's all a way to control emotional timing.
Yes, it lets you choose when you feel. And more importantly, when you don't. This is also why motivation collapses when distraction is removed. Because ambition requires emotional risk. Trying means hope. Hope means vulnerability. And vulnerability once came with disappointment. So the nervous system learned. Better to be numb than to be hurt again.
That makes numbness feel less like a flaw and more like a survival adaptation.
Exactly. And here's what most people don't realize. You don't feel safe because you're distracted. You feel safe because you're not emotionally present. Presence requires trust in your own body. And many people were never taught how to feel safe inside themselves, so they learned to feel safer inside noise.
So how do you begin to undo that pattern?
Slowly, gently, without turning silence into punishment. Because the goal isn't to rip away distraction. The goal is to retrain the nervous system to tolerate stillness without panic. To let quiet arrive in short doses. To stop trying to fix every emotion. To teach the body that presence no longer equals danger. Eventually, stillness stops feeling like exposure and starts feeling like home.
So the safety people keep chasing through distraction was never outside them to begin with.
Exactly. You don't actually crave stimulation. You crave relief from your own hypervigilance. And the moment your nervous system learns it, no longer needs constant armor. Silence stops feeling empty and starts feeling free. If this resonated, you're not addicted to distraction. Your nervous system simply learned how to survive. And if you want to keep exploring the hidden psychological patterns shaping your thoughts, emotions, and identity, subscribe to the Curiosity Vault. Until next time, stay curious.